Hello everyone, welcome to Week 10 Xur, where I will be keeping it short and sweet for reasons you will find obvious shortly. Xur is in Tower North, near the speaker. He's in front of this big brown doorway thing. He was here very early in the game's lifespan, and he seems to have returned to his once native spot. So let's see what he's got. Start off with the Curios. He's got pulse rifle, hand cannon, and shotgun telemetries. They speed up your experience with those weapons. He's got the Emerald Coil and the Void Drive to upgrade those rare blue quality sparrows. Emerald Coil gives you a green, and Void Drive gives you a purple contrail behind your sparrow. And then we get the heavy ammo synthesis, yada yada yada. Exotics, Titans, Armamentarium. Again, that's 4 out of the past 5 weeks. This one does have less discipline than the one that was sold previously in week 8, but 138 is still quite a high stat roll. However, I'm sure I've drilled this into your heads enough at this point. If you have a Titan, or will ever make a Titan, you buy this. It's subclass neutral. I think it's the best exotic Titan armor in the game. It's amazing for PvE and PvP. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Enough. Hunters. Your exotic is Crest of Alpha Lupi. It has a pretty good stat roll of 132, but it is strength, which is definitely not the ideal for PvE, although hunters benefit pretty well from it in PvP, which is good because this is a 3v3 PvP chest. This is the hunter's fast resurrection item like all the other classes have. You res people faster and they res you faster. Other bonuses are more hand cannon and more special weapon ammo, both very solid overall. Maybe hand cannon not so much because, I mean, let's be honest, when was the last time you ran out of primary ammo in Crucible? Anyway, if you do not partake in 3v3 PvP, this chest loses a lot of its value. It's not very good for the raid. It's good for strikes, I guess, where you can res people, but generally resing is pretty quick on its own, at least when it comes to strikes. So it comes down to this. Do you 3v3 PvP a lot? If so, I'd say buy it. I think the speed bonus is great for PvP for that 3v3 scenario where you need as much time as you can possibly get on the enemy, so less time resing equals more damage on the enemy. If you do not do a lot of 3v3 PvP, you can save your money, especially considering you're going to replace this with a helm once you get one, at least if you're a hunter. Warlocks, it's Voidfang Vestments again. Yet again for you. 115 strength stat roll, lower, that is lower than the previous time it was on sale, but still, you know, I'd say it's about average. These are primarily PvP robes, as Axion Bolt isn't much of a PvE grenade. You can use Sunsinger's Gift of the Sun to take advantage of the grenade energy refreshing whenever you die. That part of the bonus to have 2 grenades on you every time you respawn, but obviously you lose out on the Axion Bolt bonus. I know Axion Bolt works well with Bloom and whatever, but those big AoE situations where you can actually get that big chain reaction that you want with Bloom, they don't come around very often. I think the general consensus is that Skull of Dire Ahemkara is a better choice for PvE Voidwalkers. Bonuses are hand cannon and special ammo, good all around, okay for PvP, better in PvE. These have been on sale so often, though, that I imagine most people have them already. If you're a big PvPer, especially with hand cannons and especially with Axion Bolt, if you use Axion Bolt a lot, go for them. Otherwise, you can hang on to your money. The weapon, holy crap, it's the last word. This is the very first time this weapon has ever been on sale, and I'm buying one right now because I don't actually have it. This is a very unique weapon in that it's one of very few weapons in the game, if not the only weapon in the game, where you actually want to fire it from the hip thanks to the bonuses. Unfortunately, since this is my first encounter with actually having the weapon, I can't speak for how good it actually is based off of personal use. However, from what I've seen of it in the Crucible, it is one of the only weapons that can out-duel Hawkmoon because of its higher fire rate, and because of that, I think Last Word is better than Hawkmoon in PvP, depending on your skill level. However, in PvE, I think Hawkmoon still reigns supreme because I value ammo in the magazine so highly. Last Word only comes with 8 shots, which is pretty low compared to Hawkmoon's 13. Last Word does get bonus damage when firing from the hip when you get precision hits, but I'm not sure how much bonus damage because I'm just getting the weapon now. Thing is, you're probably going to be wanting to aim down the sights in PvE anyway, especially with a hand cannon where Hawkmoon wins again. I'll be looking to you guys to leave some comments though, because like I said, I have not used it yet, but I definitely will be playing with it a lot, and I might even rush it forward in my exotic weapon review schedule. All in all, I think you should buy this weapon because it seems to be so rare, but it depends on how much you like hand cannons. If you absolutely have no desire to touch hand cannons ever, yeah, sure, you can ignore it. But this is such a unique weapon that I think it's one that everyone should at least try out for the experience at full upgrades. If you're saving for, something that you actually want to be using on a day-to-day basis, maybe something like a Suros or an Icebreaker, then, you can skip last word if you're low on coins, especially for you PvEers. This is more of a you decision rather than me telling you if it's amazing or if it sucks or if you should buy it or you shouldn't buy it. Finally, exotic engram is the helm. Again, if you're a hunter or looking for a hunter helm, it's definitely worth a gamble. If you're not, then it's worth much less of a gamble. Anyway, guys, that is Xur week 10 for you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to be getting some quality time with my new last word, so I'll see you guys next time.